Easy. Come on, boys.
Well, there was a massive roar for these boys in the yellow boat as they came out of their boat tents. Radley College, and they are going up in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup for Schoolboy 8 against the men from Windsor Boys School. Fantastic programme that is, mainly known as a sculling school, but it's a state school, which is kind of what we love about Windsor Boys School. They're one of the only state schools that row, and it's fantastic to see they've got tremendously fast quads, but they've also got this 8 in the Princess Elizabeth. Quality stuff.
Yeah, it sure is. The school was founded in 1940 and started rowing. I think was started by Eton Excelsior as a sort of alumni club to keep people rowing. But what I didn't realise was that their first ever entry at Henley Royal Regatta was in an 8. And like you, I always think of them as a sculling school.
Love this Radley boat. You know, some of the top boats here that have raced, Shiplake, Paul's, Hampton, Radley, top 4 crews at national schools, they looked pretty easy by the time they went past the barrier. This Radley College 8 did so well to take a silver medal behind Shiplake at national schools, and they haven't looked back really with their new director of rowing, Pat Duggan, came from KCS. Fantastic experience. Look at Radley now. I mean, they're out for a paddle. I mean, without wishing to be disrespectful, but they could be doing like outside hands off. It kind of looks that comfortable for the boys from Radley College.
And it can only look that easy when you've spent miles and hours and hours on the water, paddling for miles and miles, really perfecting your technique.
Yeah, nice swish to the blades as they come through. The lad in the 5 seat of Radley is pretty much 6'8" tall, Gaspard Wenger. And I think you can see him there. If you count back from the stroke, he's in front of the cocks. That's 1, 2, 3. The 4th guy, what reach he's got. He's kind of in that tandem in the middle of the boat where you've got the 2 blades together, and the coach, Pat Duggan, has done that, really. Either he wants the 8 to go quicker, or he wants the lad behind the 5 seat, Zach Jenkins, to just provide a bit of solidity for the big, tall 5 man. And do you ever use those rigs, Lizzie?
Yeah, we certainly, well, at the school I'm at, where I'm head coach, it's very small, and we've found an 8 on the rack, have dusted it off and been for a row a couple of times, but so very different to Radley, who specialise in sweep rowing. But yes, 100%, the tandem rig there, or bucket rig as it's sometimes called, is really useful. I was quite curious about that because I think at Marlow they raced standard rig, and they've changed it since Marlow and here to obviously get, as you said, get a little bit more speed, a little bit more technical excellence, perhaps a bit more reach. So
4 of these boys we're looking at from Windsor School: Casper Lidland, Kieran Riley, Harris Shaw, and the bowman Aaron Eden won championship Cox Fords. Not forgetting, of course, Milan Martinez, the Cox, at the National Schools Regatta. So they've had a fantastically successful season anyway. You know, if truth be told, they'd probably like to be a little closer to Radley, but I think the top sort of championship boys 8s are just, you know, rowing sensation. They've got incredible coaches, fantastic equipment, and real strong, talented, committed athletes at the top of their game. Hopefully, you know, they'll be going into the Junior World Rowing Championships. And yeah, they make it very difficult to compete against them.
Yeah. There's some really notable Radley alumni in some of the club crews coming up later on. So, for example, in the Thames Rowing Club A crew, I think there's 3 or 4 old Radley boys.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, in the Paris Olympics, you had Tom George, Ollie Wynne-Griffith, and Charlie Elwes. 2 silver medals from the first 2, and a gold medal in the 8 from Charlie. And, well, are they on their way to a gold medal here at Henley on Sunday? Well, they've certainly won that first heat. against the young men from Windsor Boys School. Great to see them in, and credit to Mark Wilkinson, their director of rowing, who oversees the programme there. He has been an incredible force for good in the world of rowing.